It's time now for the LaGrange College Coaches Corner on WELR Eagle 102.3, WLAG 90. New York style pizza in LaGrange for the LaGrange College Coaches Corner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Coaches Corner live here from Johnny's Pizza. We're across from LaGrange Mall here in LaGrange, Georgia, right on Lafayette Parkway. So if you hadn't made your dinner plans tonight, we'll make them. I got them for you right here. Come on out here and enjoy some great pizza. We got some friends that are out here already enjoying their time. We've got some special deals. Now, I don't know if Coach told you about this. If you come out here and let us know what team you support, we're going to collect all of those receipts. And by the end of the year, the team that has the most support is going to get a $250 gift certificate for the coach and the team. So it's going to, maybe that may be one night for Kendall of some food, so that'll be good. But we got a special night tonight. As Coach Earl Chambers is actually in Macon, Georgia. He's at a touchdown club down there, speaking to them and talking about Panthers football and just football in general. But we are blessed to be joined by two of the assistant head coaches at LaGrange College, Coach Felton Huggins and Coach Kendall Todd. Gentlemen, good evening.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm going to check y'all's mics. Kendall, let me hear you say hello.
Hello.
All right, got you. All right, Coach Huggins, let me hear you.
Howdy doody.
There we go. All right. I figured that mic sometimes a little bit lower, so we got to make sure we can hear you well. Well, coaches, we had a big game Saturday, the home opener. Tremendous crowd. I think that we had the stands full, really on both sides. Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, it was great. With a team as close as Barry is, they traveled very well. Just a really, really exciting environment. A game that jumped off not the way we wanted to. We're down by 13. But I tell you what, we talked a little bit about it just a little bit ago. The team really, I think, responded well and actually ended up leading there in the second quarter.
Well, for us, I mean, it just shows like we're turning the corner with our guys. Our guys are fully committed. They're buying in. They're never say die attitude. Same thing like we did the week before. And if we can get to the point where we put four quarters together, I mean, you're going to see some really explosive football on both sides of the ball. One of the things that was, I think, a real special moment for me is because I'm an old lineman and I was kind of watching the guys. And I'll tell you what, we're hitting hard down inside there.
Yes, we are. What we do every day is practice. We set up tackling circuits. So our tackling circuits involves the kids getting in and hitting one another, and just the physicality part about our football team is totally different. Having a defensive-minded head football coach.
Well, and I think people forget too, and we've talked about it with Coach Chambers that y'all haven't had these guys but about 3-4 weeks.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
And we're already playing some. I think in the top, Barry ranked in the top 25 in D3, yes. And to come in and to really stand up to them the way we did, I think we had a lot to hold our heads about. We'll talk more about that game when we come back. We're going to take our first break. You're listening to the Coaches Corner at LaGrange College Style right here on Eagle Sports.
It robs you of the very pleasure of life, back pain, and it's a national problem.
Low back pain is one of the most common and expensive maladies in our country.
Dr. Jim Aspinwall.
Research has shown that for patients who are diagnosed with herniated disc, diagnosed as needing surgery, 86% of those cases respond to what we do.
The Aspinwall Clinic. Safe, gentle, and extremely effective treatment.
Non-surgical, non-drug relief of the cause of back pain and sciatica.
Aspinwall Clinic, 706-884-8360.
Kemp's Carpet, your locally owned and operated carpet professional since 1977. Owned by Gerald Kemp and his sons, Brett and Jeff. They are your Mohawk Shaw and Armstrong certified flooring dealer with a huge inventory of carpet and vinyl flooring. They have a wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, so you'll be enjoying your flooring for years and years. So drop in and pick it out. They'll measure and get a free estimate to you quick. Kemp's Carpet, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And you can like them on Facebook at Kemp's Carpet.
If you want to scale a mountain, buy boots. If you want to turn your crush into something more, say hi. At Country Financial, we know protecting the things you love and preparing for tomorrow start with simple steps. So we help you take small steps today with insurance and financial services that can have a big impact on your family's future. Too often, too late comes too soon. So let's get started at countryfinancial.com.
It's summertime, and with your summer travel plans, you need to make sure your vehicle is prepared. You don't have to look any further than Nissan of LaGrange. I'm Richard Cates, the general manager, and my factory-trained technicians are ready to make sure your vehicle is ready for you. Visit Nissan of LaGrange for a $24.99 standard oil change or a $49.99 for 0W20 synthetic oil change up to 5 quarts. We are here to maintain your vehicles regardless of make. Also, don't forget that every visit to my service department means you get a complimentary hand car wash in back. Come visit John Rich, Terry McDaniel, and our service manager, Brian Gordon, and see why Nissan of LaGrange is your friendliest hometown dealer.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner live here from Johnny's Pizza. I'm Jack Mormon. I'm joined by Coach Felton Huggins and Coach Kendall Todd. And Coach Todd, the guys, we were talking about the hitting that they do. It was a really intense ball game at the line of scrimmage. And y'all done something I think y'all done the past couple of years is rotate a lot of guys in and out. Y'all are playing a lot of freshmen right now.
Yes, we are playing freshmen. Matter of fact, one of the hometown kids, Jamie Sellers, is starting at defensive tackle for us from Callaway. And he's done a tremendous job. But that second group of guys that I roll in, they're all freshmen. And it's just due to the fact of some kids that we have come in, they leave, and we just got to find the best player. And those freshmen are better than some of my older guys that I have, so that's what I got to play.
Well, and I think that we were talking a little bit before the show started that one of the goals, I think, over time is to have a group of kids that stays with you, that you're able to graduate a senior class of over 25 kids and to be able to keep that consistency. Because, we also forget, you got an 18, maybe 19-year-old kid going up against sometimes a 21, 20-year-old man, and there's just physical difference in the size of a human being when he's 18 and when he's 21.
It is. And at some parts during the defensive time of the game, we had all freshmen on the field.
Yes.
All freshmen. But they bought in and they understand the scheme, and we just got to continue to keep getting better and better every week.
I thought they acquitted themselves very well. Your skilled players on the defensive side did a great job. A couple of guys I want to mention. Jamal Shakir did a tremendous job. I think over 8 tackles, just all over the field. I thought Slappy's play was a little bit better this week too. I thought that he was moving to the ball a little bit. I just love calling his name. I just, as a broadcaster, getting to yell a guy's name, Shamir Slappy. That just
no doubt.
sounds cool.
No
but I thought that he kind of stepped up in his play as well.
He did. I put him in my office and I told him, I said, if you're going to be a senior, he's been one of those kids that's been here for the last 4 years, and if you're going to lead, you got to lead by example and lead with your pads and hit people. So he got better from the week before. We all got better from the week before defensively. We went and changed a few things and scheme-wise, and it just fits our kids more.
And I'll make sure I say his name right. Xavier Coxum?
Coxum.
Okay.
Coxum.
Called his name several times during the ball game. He's another one just really aggressive to the ball and really impressed us in the ball game.
He is, but believe it or not, he's a freshman that started for us last year, starting week 2, got hurt against Methodist last year and was out for the rest of the year. Came back in this year with the same solid attitude and it's just flourished.
Coach, on the offensive side, it was a tremendous game for us, over 400 yards in the ball game. The passing game seemed to be really effective, and especially we're passing it to so many different guys. Yeah. Over 10 different receivers in the ball game.
Yeah, it's just a dedication to what we do. We're back running what Coach Mum used to run here. Since Coach Chamber got the job, and it's air raid, but I kind of put a spin on it. I call it the raid, and we kind of knew what Barry was going to give us. We've been playing Coach K, and I'm really good close with those guys, and I knew he was going to kind of play the run. So we was like, hey, we got to try to make it do what it do in the air, and it's been a dedication of what we did in the off season and all the repetition and just getting those guys acquitted to what we do, and it showed last Saturday night.
Hall did a tremendous job from the quarterbacking position. One of the things I really liked about your play calling too, Coach, is that you are not scared to throw that underneath route kind of in the middle of the field. That's kind of no man's land. A lot of times you see you're scared that a safety or somebody's going to come over and blow you up. But, man, those guys, no alligator arms at all. They're going for the ball, make some great catches, and good yards after the catch as well.
Oh, no doubt. That's just type of the mindset that we have. And, Kelly's getting after coming into camp. He wasn't kind of familiar with the offense, so it took him a little while to get his feet wet and kind of get an understanding. And we just got back down to the basics. He came in the office. He's off class Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we got in there Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we just kind of really hit over the head or going over the offense and going through his reads. And Coach K, you know, they'll bend it but don't break defense. So they kind of don't like to let teams get behind them. So he was like, okay, we'll just take what you give us. So you keep giving us underneath routes, we'll take it all day, and then we'll take some shots over the top, and it happened for us.
Yeah, the over-the-top shots worked. You'll kind of walk you back to the ball game again. We mentioned that they got up 13-0. They missed an extra point. Uncharacteristic of their kicker. He was kind of 1 minute he looked like he couldn't kick at all. Then the next minute he's kicking over the Jackson Heaton and Air tent. I mean, he's just got went both ways. But and I've seen teams, and you guys have seen it too. We've all been around sports long enough. You get down early in the ball game, and they kind of hit you in the mouth, and you can't get anything moving. But then, hey, not our guys. They came back, scored, and scored twice. The defense was able to shut them out, scored twice, and got up 14-13. But again, Barry being a quality program, they scored a couple more times. But then we didn't give up. We scored a couple more times. So just really like a prize fight during that ball game.
No doubt. I mean, I told our offense when we talked Sunday after the game, I said, when you go back and look at this game and we look at it together, you're going to be sick because we left it out there. We had it. They couldn't stop us at all. You know, anything we wanted to do, we was able to move the ball on them consistently throughout the ball game. The only things that killed us was the turnovers and penalties. You know, and that's epitome of a good ball club. You know, Barry is a team they've been there. They're the number 20th team in the nation for a reason. You know, they don't make mistakes, and they take advantage of the mistakes that you give them. And, you know, for us to be a good, solid football team, we have to cut down on those mistakes and those mental areas and those penalties. And when we do that, we're going to be an excellent ball club.
The other thing I really noticed was Marcus Campbell really stepping up, 8 receptions in the ball game, and he went over the 100th catch in his career at LaGrange College. So that's a big number right there, especially at now. Of course, we did have the air raid offense that you got to play under, so you'll get a lot more opportunities. But still, you're very consistent. If in your 4 years you can get 100 catches.
Yes, no doubt. Marcus is a kid that's, you know, I recruited him out of Athens. He's been with me since his freshman year, and he was, his mom is a teacher in college actually, and I found him out there. Nobody was even recruiting him, and he was a kid that actually could play DB too, and I got him here, and I just, loved on the kid, and he just worked hard from the day one. He kind of gravitated to Marsalis and OG and kind of learned from those guys, and now, the proof is in the pudding, and he's putting it, taking the leadership role over, and he had a good season last year, first team all-conference, and he's just trying to build on that. And I told him the sky's the limit for what you want to do in life, man. He's a hell of a ball player.
You mentioned it right there, having guys like OG and some of those others that were great mentors to him, that they knew that were to find open routes, they knew how to get themselves in good positions. And that's, again, going back to what we were talking about just a little bit ago, having that core guys that had traveled through with you, that have been in the fire with you, so that when they get down to their junior and senior year, they're able to mentor those freshmen back.
Right.
Well, I tell you, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the ball game from this past weekend, and also begin to talk a little bit about our conference as well, and just lots more to talk about here as we're live here from Johnny's Pizza, the LaGrange College Coaches Corner on Eagle Sports.
You need to brush your teeth at least twice a day, and you need to have your teeth cleaned and looked at by a dentist at least twice a year. We've heard this since we were kids, but sometimes we get busy and forget to brush and skip an appointment. We turn around, and it's been a while since we've been to the dentist. So let's get back on track. Call Childress Dental Center for an appointment at 706-882-1888 or go to the web at childressdentalcenter.com, because your smile is very important, and we want you to have the best one possible. Childress Dental Center, now at 2 locations, 114 Calumet Center in LaGrange and 100 College Street in Hogansville.
Hello, Granger fans. I'm Britt Gilmore, head coach for the Mike Patton Auto family. Our team practices not just to get it right, but to make sure we don't get it wrong. We strive to give you a great experience each time you give us the opportunity. We understand you have options where you buy and service your vehicles. Come see why thousands of customers keep coming back to us time after time. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to taking care of you.
Institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner live here from Johnny's Pizza. We are actually in the corner at Johnny's Pizza for the Coach's Corner. I've got Coach Felton Huggins and Coach Kendall Todd. They're both assistant head coaches with the program, and I think 5 years apiece. Y'all been with the program this?
I've been 6.
He's been there 6. I've been there
6 and 5. Okay,
yeah.
all right. So between the two, they've really had a chance to influence a lot of young men's lives. We were kind of joking a little bit in the break about some of the other guys that we've seen over the years. And a transfer we had a couple of years ago was a young man named Griffin Raleigh. And Griffin was just a beast on the field, had the long blonde hair flowing behind his helmet. Yeah, exactly. Y'all should have got him a hammer. But he's become quite the CrossFit guy.
Yes. Yes, he's so Griffin. He was in the CrossFit Games, ESPN CrossFit Games. He took a team of him and a few guys up in Atlanta, and they were on ESPN. I think they came in. They were in the top 10, but he sent me a video the other day. He power cleaned 375 pounds with ease, and then
I have to do it 50 pounds at a time. You know.
I can't do it at all.
I just look at it. I don't pick it up.
just tell other people to pick it up.
Right.
Tell Nick to get him in the weight room and they can go get it.
So Nick can't even do it. He was like, "Oh my goodness."
Now Nick's thick. Now Nick can get some guys moving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he definitely can.
And how neat is that to have guys that have been players in the program now coaching kids in the program? That's got to make you feel good to see these guys transitioning.
It is. I mean, having a guy like Nick around, you might as well say 7 years. This is the 7th year that he's been in LaGrange and on the campus. Being involved in sports and athletics in some kind of way it's big because the kids can go lean on him for advice on things that they need to do and get done. So that's very important.
Going back to the ball game this past week, we had a situation where we were back on our 22. A fourth down was up. We're looking like we're going to have to punt. We needed to score badly. We needed to score just to stay in the ball game. And Coach, y'all began to have some discussions on the sideline and decided on a fake kick. Tell us how. Well, I tell you, Phil,
I can give more.
Kendall, you tell us what led to that.
Well, Coach Crocker came in on Monday and he was like, Coach, we can fake it. We can fake it. Just look at their personnel and how they set up and by golly, it was 4th and long and on the 22-yard line, and Coach Crocker told Coach Chambers, let's fake it. And they had been working it all week. All week it was a good deal. And like everybody's seen, they dropped everybody, went on a return, and they just left it there. They've been doing it the whole night, so it could have been there. But that was something Coach Thomas Crocker put together himself, which is good. I mean, special teams is one of the most important parts of the game, and being able to do that really helped us, and it got us back on fire. And I think we ended up scoring on it.
We did. In fact, I think maybe the next play, we did. And going back to that play, it was just so well drawn out. Y'all really did think it out well because Barry didn't even send a spy back to check on the kicker. They just all went fully into coverage. And, actually the punter could have just taken up down the field if he wanted to. But the little shovel pass gets us to those 10 yards there and able to pick up a big first down.
And the biggest deal with our special teams, our punter came in from Jacksonville University, Division I school in Florida. Mm-hmm. And one of his things was he sat down with Coach Chambers. He said, Coach, I'm 6'4", 6'5". I can run a little bit, and I like to fake punts. And we've never had a kid to come in our program and take that kind of mindset of it. So that was awesome.
Well, you want leaders.
Right.
And we've said for years, playmakers, you want to make a play. Give me the ball, Coach. Give me the chance to make something happen, and then they do. Again, go back to the game. It got late till we got within a score. But again, penalties just got us, Coach. And it gets frustrating. A hold here, and they weren't egregious. They were just little things. A lot of times, I know one play, we're going on one side, we have to reverse our field, and as a lineman, that's so hard when a back reverses their field because now the guy that you were pushing one way is now in your face.
It is.
And if you go to keep your guys safe, sometimes you got to put that helmet on the back of the jersey instead of on the front.
Sometimes you do.
It's about trying to protect you guys. It's about the team aspect, and there's nothing a lineman wants more than to see his backs be successful.
No doubt about it. And for us, we just got to hunker down and just be focused. When you get tired late in ball games, you get a little tired. We just have to lock in and focus and just pay attention to detail. At one point in the game, we hit a big play, and then we get a hold, and we come back, and it was like second and 30. We get that plus 40 more, and we still get another penalty. And so for us, those are drive killers, and that's what we have to get out of that mode right there. It just take us a little bit more getting back in practice and going back, back to the basics or whatever. And once we do that, we'll be a successful ball club.
I think if I remember that play, we had gotten the first down break, brought it back. We actually got across the 50. We needed like to the 20. We got across the 50 to about the 40-something and then had to go all the way back to maybe the 15 or something like that.
Had a young freshman make a play. A young freshman out of Griffin High. He didn't even play as much as senior year. He was behind 3 kids at receiver that all went D1. So he just got a little bit of time. But I found him in the All-Star game, and he just came in and worked hard. And he sent me videos every day during the summer of him working out with those guys. And he came in and just grabbed the spot. So.
Well, we talked about Kelly Hall, the quarterback, stepping in this year, a young man that we were familiar with because we'd seen him play.
Oh, no doubt.
In fact, one of the biggest overtime games in the history of the program, he was right there in that ball game.
Oh, no doubt. Coach Ty always teased me. He was like, Coach, he was like, I know, because Kelly kind of struggled picking the offense up at first, but he's like, Coach Ty used to tell me all the time, he said, Coach, he's a gamer. Just watch what he did with us. He said, just keep going back and look at the tape against us against Avery. Like
he extends plays.
He extends plays. Yeah.
And that's why our offense is excelling the way it is because he's back there and he's not just gonna take what they give him.
Yep.
He's gonna continue to keep playing, and that's why I like the kid. You go back, they beat us 65-62, and he was the reason why we even went to overtime.
Yeah, he was.
Well, one of the things I like about him, too, is that he's not going to give up on a play, and he's not going to just eye in his first receiver. He's going to check down and try to find that throw. And a testament of that is 10 different guys caught a ball this past week.
No doubt. And that's what we try to, we're kind of using the Golden State adage, strength in numbers. I tell our guys, we don't have starters. I was talking to David Apiak today about it, who we'll hopefully get back next week. But it's like we don't have a first team and a second team. In this offense, we're going to rotate a lot of guys around. And for us, we don't want a defense to be able to just key on one guy. And I talk to Kelly all the time. I say, you got a bunch of guys out there that can make plays. Use them. Don't take it upon yourself and try to do it all. Just go through your reads, and those guys will make plays for you. And that's what we've done every year since we've been here. We've been number 1 in the nation 3 times in passing here since we've been here. We've led the conference every year in passing, even with Coach Pardue last year. So for us, it's just about
with a run-first offense.
With a run-first offense, correct. And for us, it's just, we just get out there and, with those receivers, and we just kind of just pitch and catch stuff that you've done with you young. Just go out in the backyard and catch it.
Something that we're just glancing at some of these passing. Kelly Hall right now leads the conference in passing yards in the season. Then North Carolina Wesleyan has a kid in Methodist, and they're like 200 yards down from where Kelly is already, just in 2 ball games.
No doubt. And, that's just the epitome of what we did. Last week we had a sour taste in our mouth, because we knew we started slow. Those first 3 drives, we put the defense in a bad position, and, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. And this week we came out with the mindset. Barry came down the first drive and scored, but our guys, and it wasn't nothing, our guys just came back and we went right back at them. And we went into scoring position, but a penalty here and a penalty there in a wrong time or place, that'll kill. Those are drive killers. But our guys just kept fighting and kept fighting. The one thing I was just proud of our guys was on both sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special teams, that our guys never stopped.
No.
They never quit. I mean, on that sideline, even when it was 34-21 and we had a chance to go back on the field, the guys still kept fighting. And I think that stuff is just going to go a long ways when we start conference. This conference is wide open, and I think it's for us for the taking, but we got to seize the moment.
We'll talk about that when we come back after this last break. Well, we're listening to the Coach's Corner live here from Johnny's Pizza. We'll be back in just a moment.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
You need to brush your teeth at least twice a day, and you need to have your teeth cleaned and looked at by a dentist at least twice a year. We've heard this since we were kids, but sometimes we get busy and forget to brush and skip an appointment. We turn around, and it's been a while since we've been to the dentist. So let's get back on track. Call Childress Dental Center for an appointment at 706-882-1888 or go to the web at childressdentalcenter.com because your smile is very important, and we want you to have the best one possible. Childress Dental Center, now at 2 locations, 114 Calumet Center in LaGrange and 100 College Street in Hogansville.
Hello, Granger fans. I'm Britt Gilmore, head coach for the Mike Patton Auto family. Our team practices not just to get it right, but to make sure we don't get it wrong. We strive to give you a great experience each time you give us the opportunity. We understand you have options where you buy and service your vehicles. Come see why thousands of customers keep coming back to us time after time. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to taking care of you for many years to come. Now go Grangers!
Mention LaGrange College and the word one pops up a lot. Like the student-faculty ratio is 11-1. That means plenty of one-on-one time with professors. Our students work for number one companies, earn Emmy and Grammy nominations, and they give back to their communities, which is wonderful. We are LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. One visit, and you'll see why. LaGrange.edu/journey.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
You know, you get guys who love football sitting around, and all we do at the break is talk football.
That's it. That's all it is.
If we're not talking LaGrange College football, we're talking NFL and college, and there's a whole lot of it this past weekend coaching. One of the things we got to look to is that this upcoming week, don't have a ball game.
Right.
It's a good chance to get some guys, the little dings that come up. Also, getting your offense, your defense fully in now. Mm-hmm. Have a little time to run through that. Because, again, that's something maybe a lot of people don't realize is that there are a lot of restrictions on what y'all can and can't do as far as practice goes.
There are a lot of restrictions. Like today was an off day, so you had kids want to come in and meet. You really can't do anything. But, I mean, those are the restrictions that we're dealing with. Defensively, what we're going to do is we're going to work on ourselves. We're not going to worry about scheming the apprentice school for next week because we play a lot of freshmen. As you see, the game was 27-21, and on that reverse, it kind of took the air out of us. But when you're blitzing a freshman and you really don't understand, things like that happen. And that kid came in today and he was a little down, and you know, me and Coach Chambers, we talked to him and said, "Hey, it's just a mental mistake. You're fine. We understand that you're 18 years old. This is your first ball game you've ever played in, and so we're gonna focus defensively on what we need to work on to make ourselves better, and keep rolling from there."
Well, I think that the sky's the limit. We're just talking a little bit about the conference coaching. It is completely wide open. I mean, I think everybody's got a loss.
Right.
Most have two.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and even some of the teams that are usually at the top of them, like a Huntington, they're struggling right now.
Yeah.
A Maryville, who's been a real rival for us, they've lost both ball games and not looked good doing it.
Not scored a lot of points either.
No doubt. Well, I mean, for us, we kind of schedule watch and we look at all those things. We try not to get too far ahead of ourselves as coaches because we don't want the kids to get too far ahead of themselves. But we look at it every day. We come in the office, especially on Monday, and we took a look at that, and we just gotta, we're licking our chops because the conference is there for the taking. But for us, like you say, this week here is for us to get back to the basics on all sides, all phases of the ball, and just lock in and just kind of, like we told our kids, that's a sour taste in your mouth. We should be 2-0 right now. But with that being said, those don't really count. All right, much as you want to win them, you want to be successful.
Play.
Yeah, conference play is when it matters because that's the only way we can get into the playoffs. But if we can hit this conference play, get this win next week, we're going to get this win next week coming against Apprentice, week after next, and then go into our first conference game and we kind of get the ball rolling and get that momentum going, I think we'll be unstoppable.
Well, that's what we want for the program. Now, as you plan for this week without having a game, how do y'all handle the guys? Do they get the weekend off, or how do y'all work that out?
So what we'll do is, like Coach Ty said, we got a lot of restrictions. So NCAA mandated Mondays off. We usually give them Monday off. We'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, kind of just, do some team stuff, kind of do some little light scrimmaging, kind of let's see what some young guys can do from camp because we're still kind of evaluating kids.
Right.
We went at camp for 2.5 weeks, and then we played 2 games. So we still not solidified on who can be guys. And we got some guys back like Davey Apag and stuff.
Y'all imagine that 4.5 weeks basically is what they've had these guys, and they've already played 2 football games.
And we played 2 football games. And that goes. I mean, you're playing against BSC who had a lot of guys back. Mm-hmm. And Barry had their whole entire starting O-line.
Yeah.
They've been starting with them for 4 years. Coach Ty came in there, so I was like, oh my goodness. And their entire offense is back. So to go against those 2 teams and to go in there and duel with them,
yep.
That shows, the epitome of our team. And we're turning the corner. So just get a solid week of work this week, and then put the game plan in, kind of get ahead with that, and then go into apprentice school for our second home game and just put on a show for our guys, for our team, in our school.
I think that they should definitely do that. The fans were turned out. We want them to continue to do that. The new director of bands, I thought he did a great job getting the kids on the field. And he does some of the same stuff that y'all have to do. One young man, Jordan Barnes, his father's a friend of mine. He's a guitar player and trumpet player. They switched him to tuba. He's never played a tuba in his life, but he had to learn how to play tuba because the band needed the tuba.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, hey, everybody's trying to learn on the fly. They gotta be coachable, as we tell our guys. You never know when your number's called. Got to be ready.
All right. Well, Coach Huggins, Coach Todd, thank y'all so much for being here tonight.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to a kind of restful weekend for y'all, but then we'll gear it up, and hopefully next week we'll be talking about a win against Apprentice.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, folks, we thank y'all for listening to us. We're going to step away. We got the Callaway version of the Coach's Corner coming up in just a bit. But right now, on behalf of the guys, I'm Jack Mormon, and we'll see you in just a little while on the radio.